Hey, Mark and Joey here on Monday morning, and we've been talking about a couple other sports. It was an incredible weekend of sports, but no more incredible than the NFL starting up. We love football. You wait a long time for it to come. There's a lot of preseason, all that kind of stuff getting ready for the season. It started this weekend. We saw lots of things that we couldn't believe, lots of stuff that looked like it was kind of normal. And what we're going to do is try and go game by game here, starting with the Thursday night game, and just talk about what surprises did we see. Keep it short in each game, but what looks like a plus or a minus for a team, and look at next what might happen in the next coming weeks here. So, Joey, start us off. What game? Well, we had Green Bay, Chicago on Thursday.
Yeah, we already talked about that one. Let's move on to Kansas City and Jacksonville now. Story of this one's actually injuries. I mean, KC got the win, as we said. And if you saw our sports wagering show, we actually took that one. But the story of this game is injuries. Nick Foles down, out for a while. Tyreek Hill probably out for 2-3 weeks as well, maybe longer with dislocated shoulder. No surgery required, though. Always good news to hear that, but we need him back if Kansas City wants to make a deep run. And they can survive a few weeks without him.
But even Mahomes with a twisted ankle at the end. We'll see
Mahomes
what that's all
with
about.
a sprained ankle. I think he'll be okay. He has good talent around him that, maybe he can take some weeks off. If they get a big lead again, I don't know their schedule coming up, but maybe rest him a little bit more. Hand that ball off, get that running game going. But yes, he has Travis Kelce still sitting walking. So good win by Kansas City. Week 1 opening, but that story of that game is injuries and big question marks for both teams. Minnesota and Atlanta, story of this game, Atlanta is still bad and really shocking to us. We thought Atlanta would be better. They made some improvements on the defensive end last year.
This seems like 3 years from the Super Bowl, right?
I know, get over it by now. Grow up, grow up, Harry. You have 3 of the most talented players in the NFL with Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Devontae Freeman, and quite frankly, I know your defense gave up 28 points, but it's really because you couldn't do anything on offense. So, question mark in Atlanta going forward. We'll see what happens there.
We're not fans of Kirk Cousins, but we got to give it to him.
Impressive win, but again, he's good against non-winning record teams. In theory, that was Atlanta from last year, even though I thought they were better. So he still needs to go out and win a big-time game. Hasn't done that yet. We'll see going forward. Tennessee and Cleveland. Tennessee, we knew it all the way. Cleveland, a typical Cleveland game to open their season. I'm so happy to get quiet of all those Cleveland fans.
Well, we also predicted this when we did our NFL camp review.
Yes, we did.
We really expected Cleveland to be 8-8 this year, and everybody else is hyping them, and it looks like it's 8-8.
8-8 or 9-7. I mean, I think they'll turn around and have some winning games, but 9-7, 8-8 is because of the offensive line, the inconsistency of all these talented players. You've lost a special team protecting your quarterback, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's injured by the end of this year. He got hit a lot.
Well, he holds on to the ball way too long. He's like some of those quarterbacks never get. Has no one ever watched Tom Brady play football? Like, oh my God! But anyways,
my favorite game of the week.
We picked it a long shot.
Yeah, we took the lump as a long shot. They were plus 5.5, and really Tennessee a good team. I said this all along. With Mariota, they're a playoff team. That defense is stout now, but still for Cleveland. It wasn't a game where you lose to New England, you move on. This was a bad loss by them.
By a team that wasn't in the playoffs last year.
Right. We'll see how they progress going forward. The Bills and Jets, I had the Bills again. Another long shot. My Buffalo Bills. Everyone's predicting big stuff for them. Truthfully, got lucky with the fact that the kicker missed an extra point and a field goal. But they turned the ball over 4 times, got their composure,
got away with it.
Came back and won this game. Good way to start the season. A lot of rust on the Buffalo Bills. And they got lucky in week 1, but
I'm going to go against you there. The Bills were terrible. I had the Jets. The Jets kicker was terrible. Unfortunately, the poor guy lost his job. Young rookie, 22 years old. Excuse me. I would have loved to have seen them give him another week. I mean, my God, it didn't give him a chance at all. I get that they lost the game, but you got to give a guy a chance to learn. Belichick said that about his kicker. He was 1-5 first game he ever played, and he's now been with them for 13 years. It's ridiculous what they do to kickers, but guess what? Your job is to kick it through the post and win. And when your team loses by 1 point, and you're going to have to go, you're at home and you got to listen to fans. Guess what? They changed kickers.
I'll tell you this: Buffalo's D look like everything they thought they are, and now they just need to get the offense side going. The Jets need to put up more points than that. Although I think the Bills are a great offense and really got unlucky. So we'll see how that transfers into week 2 for both those teams and how the mentality goes forward.
Either team.
The whole game was pretty bad, truthfully, and Le'Veon Bell got to be better. Anyways, Baltimore 59-10 over Miami. We called Baltimore. We said they'd win the division. I said Lamar Jackson is a great quarterback. No one thought he could throw the ball. He even made a joke saying, not bad throwing 5 touchdowns for a running back, right? Because that's what they want him to be. So very impressive opener for him. Now, truthfully, Miami is garbage. They might as well go play in the XFL. They were horrible. We'll see what happens next week in New England. But anyways, good win by Baltimore. Already have the division lead.
Lack of class move, fake punt. Like, really? You got to do that as Baltimore. You're up. What was it? 20
Hey,
some odd to
hey,
nothing.
Hey,
Anyway.
this guy normally is on the side. If you play professional ball and make millions of dollars, man up and don't allow that to happen.
I agree, but that's just classless in my mind. So anyway,
I
let's
love
move on.
it. Step on their throats. Anyways, Washington and Philly. Philly, horrible start.
Oh, my God.
Down 21-0. Came all the way back to win the game. Congratulations to them. That was a good win. They had to have it, personally. I think for them to win this division, you have to beat Washington and you have to beat the Giants. Dallas beat the Giants, but quicker than the Eagles. Good game from them. I think a little rust off Carson Wentz. Show that they are the powerhouse we thought they were. Well, it'll be interesting when they play Dallas. I think that'll be a great game. But anyways, they win. Congratulations to them. Dallas did beat the Giants. That was easy. A little worried early in the game.
Yeah, they looked terrible.
Came out, did amazing. Dak Prescott, great game. Elliott, a great game. I mean, he's still against the Giants, but good start for them.
And the really good thing is Eli got to play the whole game. That's my favorite. Instead of putting a rookie who won 4 games of preseason.
Well, they put him in.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Eli Manning.
Poor Daniel Jones.
Brutal.
They put him in. He fumbled on his first possession. The next possession, he threw an interception. Unfortunately for him, that's a bad way to go.
That game was already gone, though.
LA Rams against Panthers. Big win by the Rams.
Love the Rams.
I really wanted them to lose. I'm a Seahawks fan, although I thought they'd win, so I'm happy on my pick side of it.
Yeah.
I did take them. 3-point win over Carolina. Carolina, again, looked okay, but really, if it wasn't for a block punt, wasn't in this game. Chargers and Colts. I don't know what the Chargers did when they got 24-9, but they did come back.
Well, especially since the cost is a bet.
6.5 points, and they don't kick an extra point in overtime.
24 nothing. We're like cashing our ticket already, and they go and do that. It was unreal.
Man, and they get to overtime, score a touchdown, but don't kick the extra point, so they win by 6. We lose the pick,
6.5, yeah.
But I guess
let's look at one other thing.
Good win for Chargers.
Let's not be heralding the quarterback yet. He was coming in on defense. It was up 24 nothing. He did some great things. Did some great things, but he really went up against a softer defense who thought they could never give up enough points to lose that game. And T.Y. Hilton was the real story. That last touchdown he got was insane.
The running back was really the story. I mean, he played fantastic. Had 2 touchdowns and the 2-point conversion. Ran for 180 yards. Mack, I think it's Marlon Mack, but I know his last name's Mack. Had a great game. Really, he carried that team.
Yeah.
But, I think the Colts found maybe a way to win without Jacoby Brissett being a superstar. We'll find out going forward.
We'll see.
But anyways, good win by Chargers. Had to have it. Their running back stepped up in place of Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon, man, you ain't getting your contract. You're going to be traded. Yeah. So anyways, let's move on. Cincinnati and Seattle. The only good news out of this is Seattle normally loses their first couple of games. They squeaked by this one, but it was ugly, ugly, ugly football. Seahawks, this is why they got played in the preseason. Now, they had 4 injuries on this offensive line. That needs to get healthy. This backup offensive line was horrible. Wilson was horrible. He does not get rid of the ball. Anyways, don't want to get into it. Good win, Seattle.
I do want to get into it. Several 20-yard sacks because he just runs around like a peewee football player. Go back and look. We did 2 shows on his contract 3 months ago, 4 months ago, before he signed. We said this was a problem. We said he's not worth the money. He's not worth the money. And they've got to get over this freaking running game. It's 2 runs. They had 7 threes out in this game. And the only time they scored was when he went back and threw the ball, which we've been saying forever. And then he has the best receiver in all of football, and he targeted him twice. One was a touchdown, clear touchdown, but he was open by 20 yards. He still underthrew him because he can't make up his mind fast enough to actually get the ball out to him. Here's how you stop sacks. I heard all these commentators all weekend about Wilson's great, this and that, and the offensive line's terrible. No, here's what you do. Step back 3 steps, you throw it as far as you can, and you let Lockett run under the ball. And now we have a 6'7" something.
DK Metcalf.
Get
that guy the ball. He's a beast.
Immediately step back 3, throw it high, he'll jump up and catch it. This is the simplest offense to run, and a $35 million a year quarterback just completely screws it up, along with his mental coach, who run the ball all the time after you paid all this money. After they did the contract, we talked about the fact they're going to throw this year to make Wilson worth. You could have any high school quarterback hand the ball off. This is really,
real quick. I saw
terrible.
Paxton Lynch in preseason. He could have easily ran this offense. Yeah. Get it to DK Metcalf, get it to Lockett, even Carson out of the backfield, get it to him, tossing it to him. He's great individually, but this was pathetic run by Seattle. The only thing I'll say is you squeaked by. Congratulations.
Against a terrible team.
Yeah, well, a team that's supposed to be like last place. Yeah. So, gotta be better. Maybe make some adjustments, but we need changes here. Not worth 35.
And I picked them to win the Super Bowl. I'm going to give them another couple of weeks, but I'm disappointed.
Hey, they got the win.
As you can tell.
49ers 31-17 over Tampa Bay. Another bad team in Tampa Bay. Garoppolo squeaked by in that one. Did not look very good, though. We'll see. We're not big fans of Garoppolo. But anyways, they did get the win.
Yeah.
Lions and Cardinals 27-27. Great comeback by the kid, although it was against
Two horrible
defense.
teams.
Two horrible teams. Exciting though. Good for the kid.
Yeah.
Get his feet wet. I like the fact that he was able to be in a tight game early in his career. Had a bit of a comeback, like I said, in front of the Arizona crowd. We know it's against two bad teams, and Detroit's bad. Arizona's going to be bad. And I know Detroit got up, so they kind of play soft, like we said in the Chargers game. But provide enough spark to get the crowd fired up, to show some skills. He did look good in overtime, too. The big bomb to Larry Fitzgerald. I'll tell you what, he's got an arm. He's got legs. Again, same with Wilson. This is why I don't like it. I'd rather have a big quarterback back there. Needs to find ways to see. And that's what they said was struggling in the first half. Yeah. Finally found ways to see.
6 for 16 in the first half.
Right. The offensive line can't help you when you're that small. But sure enough, they dropped back a little bit farther. They moved him on the run a little bit, and he looked good there. But again, against Detroit.
They're going to get crushed against any team that isn't terrible. Detroit, who gave up again another game with their defense after a big lead. Any other team is going to crush Arizona. This kid is going to have a horrible year. He happened to be lucky that he was so far behind at the half that they all backed off on the defensive side. But anyway, hopefully he can be better because Arizona is going to be completely out of it as far as I'm concerned. It's going to be too bad. They did get some excitement this week, though, and some hope. Anyway.
But they know they're going to be bad. They want to be bad. They want to build towards the future. And I think you saw some flaws, you saw some success. They'll figure it out. But they are a few years away. They know that. They're not too worried about it. One team that knows their place and isn't, trying to be better than what they are. Detroit, though, big mess again. You got to figure this out. Here's what I say. Trade Stafford. You could probably gouge a team right now.
For sure.
Maybe someone like Jacksonville with a ton of picks and players. But anyway, let's move on to the final game. It was Sunday Night Football. It was supposed to be exciting, but it was awful. 33-3 New England over Pittsburgh. New England looks just as good as last year. Gonna add Antonio Brown.
Maybe better.
They could be so dominant, and if Gronk ever came back, I don't think they need Gronk, and I actually think Gronk, for his sake, should sit out. I still don't think he's fully healthy. He looks really skinny. Now, he says he's going to be out probably the whole year, but he might come back in the future. We'll see. But this team looks to get better and better and better. They are going to add Brown to this. Brady is apparently 100% in. He's letting Brown stay at his house. Now, obviously, that still means in the New England way, they'll still cut you. But at least they're going to give him a fair shake. This team looks dominant. Brady looks as good as ever. More importantly, though, what they did in the Super Bowl was defense. And this defense looked good against Pittsburgh again. And if Tom Brady actually has a defense this year, just give him the trophy.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable what they can continue to do.
Oh, man.
But here's what it is. Here's what it is. Even bringing Antonio in, this is a no bullshit team. They will cut him the first half. The first half if he does something. If he misses a practice. This is what teams have to understand with these superstars. You know what? They think they're bigger than the game. Pittsburgh made a mistake last year by not cutting him. Just release him, put him out in the world. Oakland was stupid enough to pick him up in a team that had no discipline. I mean, they've got a team that's struggled with all this stuff anyway, and then you add this guy in that mix was terrible. This is not the case in New England, and he better understand that whether Tom Brady's got him his house, Tom Brady will have his bags packed during the first quarter if he's a problem. Well, this is a guy who will be gone the minute he's a problem.
But kind of like Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon stayed at Tom Brady's house, for a while, apparently during the offseason. Obviously, he got his own place now. But, they do care from the fact that they have a team with Josh Gordon, and they'll do that with Antonio Brown. Get him out of the house, get him to practice. That's why Brady wants him probably to stay with him for a little bit. Get him on the routine of being there, talking with him over plays, practicing at the house. I think Antonio Brown is here's one thing the Patriots get away with, is they win a lot. So they make players see that and understand that, Brown's going to make $12 million and probably win a Super Bowl with this team and how good they are. Why not behave? And I think that puts it to another level, and you're going there knowing the Patriot way. It's been decided for so long. Yeah. And they do try to help you out. Like I said, Gordon, they're going to try to help out Brown, but they are no bullshit team. They'll get this done. I think he'll play. I think he'll spend most of the year with the Patriots. I think he wanted to be with the Patriots. They tried to trade for him last year. Pittsburgh did not want to try to trade a rival. Sure enough, Patriots get their way. Patriots get their way, and they get Brown anyway. So, interesting going forward. They play Miami next week. Typically, Brady is struggling in Miami. I don't think he can struggle.
I have heard, because Brady is a good guy. I have heard he's going to throw left-handed next week against Miami to not beat them by more than 40 points. That's so embarrassing.
You know what? They'll get the rookie in. Brady might play first half. Their rookie had a great preseason. That's why Brian Hoyer got released. They'll put him in second half, and it'll be a good game for the rookie to get his feet wet. I'd probably keep Brown out there, maybe sit someone like Josh Gordon in the second half, but I'd keep Brown out to get him ready to go.
Listen, there's two Monday night games. Let's get there.
Yeah.
Talk about the future.
All right, let's get to Monday night. We got Monday night here. We got New Orleans and Houston, which is the first game. We're really excited for that one.
And your Super Bowl team?
New Orleans, I
It's a really
believe.
tough team.
I believe in many things. One is talent, but two, more importantly over anything in life is what? It's destiny. And
Yeah.
New Orleans Saints are meant to go back to the Super Bowl after being completely robbed last year with the call. So I think it's the Saints' year. I still think their division is crap. You saw Tampa Bay lose San Francisco, just as bad. Carolina losing the Rams didn't impress me whatsoever. Cam Newton looks exactly the same. And Atlanta Falcons.
Like, wow.
So, I mean, New Orleans should go 13-3, have the number 1 seed in the NFC, make the playoffs, go through their dome, and get to the Super Bowl again. And they will, in my mind. It starts tonight against Houston.
Tough team to start with.
Yeah.
Because we like Houston to win their division.
Yeah, no, their division's week 2. That's part of the reason. I think this is one of those games Houston will lose. I think it'll be a valiant effort, but I think New Orleans can pull out a touchdown or more victory tonight.
Well, I'm in agreement with you, and I'm a really Drew Brees fan. I hope he gets the Super Bowl you're predicting this year. As my commentary was, that you cannot retire from football till you have as many Super Bowls as Eli Manning. So he's going to have to play forever. So I hope he gets it this year, so at least he has a retirement contemplation to go home and be with the 7 kids, like he'll be born.
Yeah.
But anyway, I hope they run right through. I predicted Seattle win the Super Bowl, which has me gutted.
I said Saints
weekend.
and Patriots. I'd say
right.
I'm looking pretty good.
You're looking pretty
and
good.
you said Seahawks and
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
So I'm okay on the
Yeah,
Kansas City side as long as the injuries
and
don't
Seahawks
hurt.
will get going.
The Seahawks, I don't know.
The second game is not even a football game. I mean, they might beat Miami later in the year. But Denver and Oakland, Denver, I'm a little bit intrigued. I don't think I'll stay up for it. It starts at 10:30, but I'm intrigued. I think Joe Flacco
I'm
I'm
a Flacco fan, as you are.
So
I think he's been unjustly criticized and dealt with, and I think he's getting a free start here. Nothing to lose for him. The team was bad, so nothing to lose at all. They're playing a terrible team who's been in turmoil the whole season. I expect the Broncos to go out and win this game big. So we'll see what happens. They're 2 terrible teams, as we said, from last year. But one thing we do have is great defense on the Broncos side. They'll keep their side low scoring. Flacco won't have to do much in my mind to win this game. So they're not the New England Patriots, but I'm picking the Broncos to win tonight and win handily.
Broncos should win handily, and truthfully, it's a game they must win if they want any shot at the playoffs. I think it's difficult with Chargers and Chiefs in their division, but if they could steal one of those games against those teams, they could be a wild card team. I don't think they will be, but I like Flacco. I like the defense. I still see a 500 record. They should beat up on the bad teams and just lose to really, really good teams. Unfortunately, 2 of those are in your division, which is 4 games of your year. So, Broncos should win. Saints should win. We're going Saints and Broncos tonight. We're really looking forward to the 7 o'clock game, the early start, which is great. It should be over before bed. Hopefully Drew Brees can get this season that, in my mind, is Super Bowl destiny on his side. Should get off to a hot start.
And check out our sports wagering show. We do have a wager for tonight as we talk about, we're all about parlays and missed just because the Chargers didn't have a big weekend. We did break even. Actually, it's a tiny little profit, actually, which wasn't bad. But we'll have our picks tonight. We do have a parlay tonight, and it's probably not too hard to figure out, but we're going to talk about it on our sports wagering show. So there you go. Week 1 almost in the bag. 2 to go tonight. We're looking forward to 1 great football game, and then we'll be on to next week. So looking at next week, just remember Wednesday night, Saturday night, Monday morning for our shows, and we'll have sports wagering as well as NFL stories about the games coming up on those weekends.